Hello, everyone, and welcome to the program Talksports here on Global Television. My name is Samuel Odi. Many thanks for joining on today's edition of the program as we look to have diverse conversation around the world of sport. We'll be touching UFC, football, basketball, and also tennis on today's edition of the program. We'll also be having conversation around AFCON as the Super Eagles of Nigeria are bracing up to battle for the bronze medal in the ongoing African Cup of All Nations, and Senegal will be taking on Morocco, host nation of AFCON 2025 on a Sunday. We'll be having those conversations, though Nigeria had an amazing run from the group stage to the semi-final stages where they fell to penalty shootouts in the hands of the host nation, Morocco, which was, very, very disturbing for a lot of fans, and also some fingers were pointed. But still, in general, the players were very, very amazing. So we'll have conversations around the coaching department of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Now we're hearing that rumors. Not rumors, it's no longer rumors. We had it as rumors before now. Now Tunisia is offering Eric Chou $100,000 paycheck for him to dump the Super Eagles and come be their head coach. Now, the Super Eagles, Nigeria generally, is actually a CV booster for any nation that or any individual that have anything to do with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So we'll be having conversations around the coaching department and also have more conversations in terms of grassroots sport development, and also the support Falcons will have been drawn up in a group against Zimbabwe, Malawi for the forthcoming African Women AFCON that will be starting in the year 2026. We'll extract more of these conversations, and we'll be starting from the home front today. As we'll be seeing the UFC Israel Adesanya to make his octagon return from March the 28th, 2026. Former UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya will make his return to octagon on March 28th, headlining the UFC settle card against 15th ranked contender Joel Porfire. The bout marks a crucial moment for the last stylebender, who is currently on a 3-fight losing streak, while his opponent enters on a 3-match winning run. Adesanya has shifted his focus away from reclaiming the UFC middleweight belt, instead choosing to enjoy his fight and take risks while entertaining individuals. So we'll be seeing what this will look like. Israel Adesanya has, being someone who has been fighting, and he holds a very good record. But for Joe now, who holds a 12-2 professional record, this represents one of the biggest opportunities of his career. The American has admitted that other fighters were more decisive off the bout, but this matchup promises to be a striking, heavy contest with both fighters known for their stand-up game rather than wrestling. The UFC Sator card, which also features Alex Gosri versus Maycene Barber, is yet to be fully finalized. So looking at this now, Israel Adesanya, former champion, is getting all set to advance and also get back into the octagon and do what he loves doing best. We'll have more conversation around this fight, and that would happen immediately after this break. Stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. If you're just joining, this is Talksports here on Global Television. Israel Adesanya, who is looking to get back into the octagon come March 28th, as he looks to, have fun and also entertain his fans, because this individual is a great entertainer. From his nicknames, Last Stylebender, he is so engulfed with what's happening within anime and, Avatar cartoons and Naruto and the rest of them. He is a person who loves animes a lot, and then he drives most of his, gets most of his inspirations from all of these animes. And then Israel Adesanya, who former UFC champion, two-time UFC champion, who has gone all over defeating, individuals to reclaim his title over and over again, and proven that yes, decisive that he is the new dog in the yard, and he has proven that now he's not set to go back. But after this fight, we don't know what would happen. He might want to contend for the UFC title once more. So moving on now from UFC, interesting story coming up from coming in from the world of sport, as Remo Star Stadium bags historic FIFA quality certification. Yes, this is something interesting for the sporting ecosystem here in Nigeria. Nigerian sport infrastructure has reached a historic milestone with the official FIFA quality certification of the hybrid synthetic pitch at Remo Stars Football Club Stadium in Ikenne, Ogun State. Constructed by Monichila Sports, the surface is the first in the country to receive this global recognition standard, marking a major shift in the quality of athletic facilities available in West Africa. The certification follows an exhaustive period of laboratory and field testing to ensure the pitch meets FIFA's most stringent specification. To earn the FIFA quality designation, the surface was reportedly evaluated on critical performance metrics, including ball roll and rebound, player surface interactions, durability, and impact safety. By passing this test, the Remo Stars facility is now positioned among an elite group of international venues capable of providing world-class playing conditions for professional athletes. The pitch itself is a specialized hybrid synthetic system engineered by Moni Machel Sport. It was designed to bridge the gap between high-performance professional play and heavy-duty requirements of community usage. According to the developers, the surface combined elite-level performance with enhanced safety features intended to reduce injury risks for players. And then this is just interesting. This is just interesting to see that there are lots of, facilities that this facility has been recognized by FIFA to be able to host international events. And this is just interesting to see that sport infrastructures like this is something that is very, very key. The Super Eagles of Nigeria can also be going to this said place to, the Remo Star Stadium to host international competitions as well. We saw in Ogun State last year, where the Super Falcons also held a friendly match. So this is just interesting to see that this development is coming and infrastructure is getting improved. And we are seeing a lot of, international communities as well who are looking to get themselves involved with what's happening in the Nigerian sporting ecosystem to help push the narrative of grassroots sporting, football and sport generally to where it's meant to be. So we would definitely keep in touch and also hope that the federal government, the National Sports Commission, and also private entities would also invest in Nigerian sporting ecosystem to help improve the standards of facilities and infrastructures that we have, so we could host international games and international competitions, just like we saw just last year. Over 15 international activities were hosted here in Abuja and also some in Nigeria and some other parts of the country. So we saw a whole lot of that happening, and with more improved infrastructural abilities, infrastructural stadiums, infrastructure, we'll be able to see more and more of all of this, and then more investment and more international communities coming to host their event here in Nigeria. So moving on, still talking about the NPFL, Wikitoris strengthens the squad with Abubakar signing. Wikitoris have welcomed the arrival of winger Tashid Abubakar to their squad. Abubakar joined the Bauchi Elephants from Nigerian Premier Football League side Abia Warriors. Wikitoris unveiled Abubakar as their player, and on Thursday, he failed to impress with the Umuahia-based club. Abubakar recorded only 3 appearances for Abia Warriors. His move to Abdullahi Maikaba's side is a chance to get his career back on track. Wikitoris will hope the winger hits the ground running with their club. If you could recall, a couple of weeks ago, Wikitoris also have earlier announced the signing of 3 new players just this past week, and all of these is in the face of the second stanza of the Nigerian Premier Football League as they look to strengthen their squad to advance and stay off relegation zone, because they are very close to that. So we will see how all of this turns out for the Bauchi Elephants as they are looking to strengthen their squad with this couple of more signings that just got here. So moving on now, let's still talking NPFL. Eyimba pulls out of deal for Ekiti United defender named Emeka Peters. Eyimba has pulled out on a deal to sign defender Peters Emeka from Nigerian National League NNL side Ekiti United. According to reports, Ekiti United's valuation of the defender is beyond demand of the 9-time Nigerian Premier Football League NPFL champions. Eyimba were understood to have cooled their interest on the sought-after centre-back. The People's Elephants are determined to strengthen their squad with quality players for the second stanza of the season. Eyimba have raided another NNL League side, Crown FC, for service of midfielder Adekunle Mojid and Shai Adebite. The Aba Giants sit in the 12th position with 26 points on the MPFL standings, and they look to, overturn that standing. So looking at it now, there's a concern with NNL. Now, Eyimba, it's turning away based on the clause that's talking about the number now that has been placed on the Emeka Peters. And also, they are turning their attention somewhere else. So these players, yeah, they are professionals, but not up to the standards of the players in Eyimba. So there should be some level of benchmark from the NFF that will require players from the NNL to be able to progress and get signed by teams in the NPFL. I think the Nigerian Football Federation, that's NFF, needs to look at this properly, scrutinize the transfer process, so as when opportunity comes for players to advance further in their career and level up to the next category, which is the biggest in Nigeria, which is the Nigerian Professional Football League, teams or their clubs should not be the stumbling block between them and advancing into the next level that they are heading towards. So looking at this now, the NFF needs to step in, because Eyimba is backing out from this deal because of the prize money that has been put. So this is a developing story. We're still going to investigate more to get and to find out how much exactly is the clause that Ekiti United is placing, and how much is Eyimba looking to pay for Emeka Peters. So we will look at all of this, and then we would know who is in the wrong before the NFF will step in and have a benchmark of at least a reasonable amount that would be favorable to the agent, the team, the player, and also the team that the player will be going to. So we would definitely get all of those information and get it back onto you. Still talking NFF, rather MPFL, Akwa United on the track for MPFL return. I know this is coming from the text of a commissioner. This is said by Akwa United Football Club, firmly on course for a swift return to the Nigerian Professional Football League, according to Chairman Mr. Joseph Eno. Speaking to journalists, he says he expressed strong confidence in the team's ability to maintain their leading position in the Nigerian national. The state is darling. Is currently sitting 2 points clear at the top of the Conference B as the first half of the season concluded. Looking at it now, the success is robust support from the government, enthusiastic fans, and dedicated stakeholders, all of whom are committed to sustaining the club's winning momentum. Alongside other team managers, the chairman said their unwavering commitment to fulfilling Governor Pastor Umar Enoch's securing immediate promotion back to the MPFL. He also extended gratitude to principal partners who all have also supported them. These are former champions. After winning the title, I didn't know what happened to Akwa United. A downturn just happened and then they struggled, and this is the second consecutive seasons that they have been in the NNL. So looking at it now, maybe they have renewed commitment and renewed focus towards going back into the MPFL. Being cleared League 2 points cleared, which is still which is not a very big margin, but we will see what will happen. They have things like the Rise Boys, that's talking about Ebonyi State, Abakaliki FC, who are also tailing them directly behind. So if this weekend now, if the Rise Boys get to win their feature and Akwa United gets to draw or lose, then they'll be dropped into the second position, and then these individuals again will be cleared off with a point. So we will see what will happen and how all of this will pan out for the Akwa United, because these are former champions and they've gone to represent Nigeria in CAF. So what then happened? I think a lot of sponsorship and some backlogs and some players leaving the squad was what happened to them. I don't think, and a lot of administrative concerns also hampered the growth, and we are witnessing what we are witnessing with the team Aqua United. So moving on, WAFCON, but before we get into, let's just talk WAFCON now. And then saw yesterday from AC Milan and Barcelona. WAFCON 2026, Super Falcons draw. Zambia has been drawn in the same group with Zambia, Egypt, Malawi as well. The draw for the 14th Women's African Cup of Nations, Morocco 2026, was conducted in Rabat, setting the stage for another fearless contest, Continental Championship, built for March 17th through April the 3rd. Defending champions, Nigeria headline Group C following the ceremony, 10th WAFCON crown, underlining their dominance in African women's football. Group C, which will be played in Casablanca against Zambia, Egypt against Malawi, is in what promises to be highly competitive group, features both emerging and establishing forces in women football. Host Morocco will lead Group A, where they face Algeria, Senegal, and Kenya, while former champion South Africa top Group B alongside Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, and Tanzania. Group D brings together multiple runners up. That's talking about Ghana, perennial contenders, Cameroon, Mali, and debutants Cape Verde. The match at the tournament will be staged across Rabat, two venues, Casablanca and Fez, as Morocco holds the competition for the second consecutive time. So everything heads to Morocco now because of infrastructure, and they have a very, very good sports ecosystem. So seeing all of those now, it's what is making Morocco being the host. Now, the next AFCON that will be played will still be hosted by Morocco. A whole lot of activities that will be happening in the world of sport will still be happening in Morocco from this year, next year, and up to 2030. Lots of activities will be hosted by Morocco, and this is an avenue for a lot of countries, African countries, Nigeria to be precise, to invest more in infrastructure, sport infrastructure, and this is going to help catapult the GDP of the nation. The president has actually said he's targeting a $1 trillion, and with the sport, you can be able to achieve that, aside from other factors as well. So if we can get to improve our sporting infrastructure, I think most of these events will also be coming to Nigeria. And then this is a very, very big one. Economically, it's very big, very huge for Morocco, because their jobs will be created, people would be selling, and a whole lot of good things will be going to Morocco. And then people would want to visit Morocco, not just because of football now, but because of, activities are happening there. So this is something, other African countries and Nigeria, to be precise, to, pay attention to and have investments around the world of sport. And it's a very, very recreative business to actually get into. So moving on now, still talking, now let's talk transfer quickly, as Super Falcons forward renews contract with AFC Toronto. That's talking about Esther Okoronkwo. Esther Okoronkwo has signed a new one-year contract with Canadian club AFC Toronto. Okoronkwo penned a one-year contract after arriving Northern Super League outfit on the free transfer in February 2025. The 28-year-old helped Marco claim top position in the regular season. Toronto, however, fell short in the final of the playoffs, losing 2-1 to Vancouver FC, Rising FC. Okoronkwo contributed 8 goals and 11 assists in 20 league appearances for the club. A lot more will be expected from the striker in the 2026 season. So looking at it now, Esther Okoronkwo was the brain, I would say, behind Nigerians' comeback as they won the 10th AFCON. She converted from the penalty spot. She gave 2 assists to make sure that, yes, Nigeria got that win. So Esther Okoronkwo has been very amazing, and the Northern FC, that's the Toronto club side now, is very, very lucky to have someone like that on their squad. So moving on now, so let's talk AFCON, taking a quick flight to Morocco as Nigeria and Egypt renews a classic rivalry for AFCON bronze title or medal, as you may call it. Nigeria will face Egypt in their third place matchup of the 2025 African Cup of All Nations tomorrow, January the 17th at the Stade Mohammed V in Casablanca, with kickoff scheduled for 5 p.m. Nigerian time. The feature follows constructing but equally painful semi-final exit on Wednesday. Nigeria were eliminated by host Morocco after a dramatic penalty shootout, losing 4-2 following a tense goalless draw across regulation time and extra time. Morocco dominated attacking phase, registered 16 shots to Nigerians 2, but were repeatedly denied by an inspired Stanley Nwabali, whose goalkeeping kept the Super Eagles in contention for 120th minute. Nigeria's attacking threat Victor Osimhen and Ademola Lookman found chance limited by Morocco's compact defense, shaped by full back Akshif Hakim and Nasser Mosin exerts strong influence at both ends of the pitch. In the shootout, Paul Onacho and Fasayo Dele Bashiru converted for Nigeria, but misses from Samuel Chukwueze and Bruno Onyemaechi proved decisive. Earlier, the Tanzanians Egypt bow out after a 1-0 defeat to Senegal. Sadio Mane's 78-minute strike separated the sides in the contest dominated by Senegal's possession, with the Pharaohs defending sharply but offering little threat in the attack of the Senegalese side. So looking at this now, the Super Eagles have faced Egypt countless times, and the score record shows that the Super Eagles have more advantage than the Egyptian side, but this is a different ball game. The Super Eagles were gunning to win the African Cup of All Nations as a consolation prize for the people of Nigeria for missing out in the World Cup. Now, we might just settle for a bronze in this situation now, looking at the current strategies and looking at the current timing of what panned out. So there's no time to be pointing fingers, but still it has to be said. The penalty that was taken by Samuel Chukwueze wasn't taken professionally, and a lot of persons are still very, very mad at him for, you didn't get enough playing time, we understand that, but as a professional, you have to take your kick properly. Eric Chil has also came out to say that his team practiced properly for penalties. So what happened there is something we did not really understand. And Eric Chil also said he personally picked up Samuel Chukwueze to step in and taking that penalty, because probably he has been taking decisive kicks during training properly. So now what I say is because the stadium was packed with over 70,000. Okay, let's say 98% of the stadium was packed up by Moroccans. Would I say pressure or tension happened? But he is a professional. He has played in stadiums that are very packed with more than the said number in Europe, and now even in the EPL, he has been amazing. He has been very, very good. But what then happened? Probably tension, and you never can tell. But at the end of the day, the penalty wasn't taken well. But do we appreciate Samuel for all he has been doing for the country? He has been playing for Nigeria since on the 17th, on the and now he's playing for the senior team. So thank you for all you're doing, but that kick was so poor. So moving on now, Morocco-Senegal AFCON final, a 50-50 tie. This is coming from the coach of Morocco. After beating Nigeria to reach African Cup of All Nations final on home soil, Moroccan coach shifted focus to the final against Senegal, saying it will be a superb matchup when they face off on Sunday. The goalkeeper Yashin Bourounou emerges the hero as the last Lions booked their place in the final for the first time in 21 years, edging out Nigeria 4-2 on penalties after a goalless draw. And then we'll see how all of this pan out now. A lot of persons now are supporting Senegals. I'm sure the Super Eagles of Nigeria, let's leave the Super Eagles of Nigeria out of this for now, but I'm sure the citizens of Nigeria are supporting Senegal because of, what happened, and I'm sure they are not happy with the Ghanaians as well. That's talking about Nigerians because of the officiating of Laya Daniel. And Laya Daniel came out to say that he does not care about what anybody is saying. The NFF now, we've not gotten to hear from them if a petition has been written, just like the Algerian did after the game between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and Algeria. They said the officiating of the referee was very poor. The officiating of Daniel was extremely poor because at some point, both the commentators and the fans and the players were confused because they were not sure of what kind of call he made. There was this call he made and the players were all standing and like, okay, is the ball going to the Super Eagles of Nigeria or is going to the Moroccans? Because everybody was confused. So the call was terribly poor. And then we are hoping that the NFF will speak up to CAF, and then CAF would have to do something, investigate all of it, rewatch the match, and then step up and take a decision. Because in a world-class match like that, because the game between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and Moroccans was more like the final before the final. Those are heavyweights in terms of sport, in terms of football, because both teams have world-class players that represent for their club side, not just represent for their club side, but always start up the matches. These are first-round picks. If we talk about basketball, we'll say first-round picks. These are first-round picks for their teams in the world of football, and then they get to start and play complete 90 minutes. So we can't have those star qualities and then have a very bad ref come officiate the matchup. So CAF needs to step up. NFF needs to also sanction, or not sanction, I would say, right to CAF to look into and investigate all of those matters. So we are hoping to see a very good response from CAF and also NFF. So moving away from AFCON quickly, let's talk Spanish Football League, as Barcelona were victorious yesterday, edging their opponents 2-0. And in Serie A, we saw AC Milan as well, edging Comoros 3-1. We'll be bringing you those highlights quickly, and we'll return back after the highlights, and then we'll have